I appreciate you for coming on. You're like one of the bigger guests that I've like had on.
Okay, no. Appreciate
And this is pretty badass, bro, because my first time seeing you like in person. But I've seen y'all like perform a couple times, but I remember the first time that I seen y'all perform, no sé si te acuerdas, pero había un concurso allá in Fort Worth. It's called it was at where they sell cars and shit. And it's called El Tricolor. This was like years ago.
Last time, right?
Simón, bueno.
Okay.
Ese día mi carnal canta. Hasta la fecha todavía canta. Toca en un grupo y todo. Y he went to go perform that day. Or to concursar.
Sí.
Y I remember the judges were Adrián de la Energía Norteña.
Sí.
Y habían otros chavos.
Okay.
Y me acuerdo, güey, de...
afuera, ¿no?
Simón. Y me acuerdo de ese día. Because, like, pasó el concurso. Y literally, it's funny because el papá de los de la maquinaria.
Ajá.
I forget his name. Valdemar, algo así.
Valdemar, yeah.
Bueno, él le estaba enseñando a una muchacha a cantar, yo creo también, right?
Sí.
Y ella también concursó ese día. But since there were like other little kids performing too, they gave it to one of the little kids, right?
Oh, okay.
Entonces, a lo que voy es que y'all performed that day. Do you remember or no?
It's because there's 2 times. Is it by Fort Worth off 35?
Yeah.
Sí. Entonces, sí, yeah, it was a long time ago. We
Dude.
still had Gladys, though, right? The accordion player?
Yeah, had Gladys.
Sí, entonces, sí, I remember
and
which one.
I remember El Güero was there too.
He was
Javier.
still sing with us?
I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was for sure.
Sí, entonces sí es.
But those were like my early memories of seeing you guys, because I remember back in that time, I was like really obsessed with like Grupo Norteños and shit, because I was like 12, 13. Y at that time, whenever I seen y'all, like obviously I knew who y'all were.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was like, yo creo que tenían la rola de que te quiera morir, o todavía no estaba esa rola.
Yeah, fueron las primeras, yo creo, ese tiempo.
Pues bueno, when I seen that, I was like, damn, like these cats are right here. Like that's pretty badass. So it was a pretty cool moment. It's like a full circle moment right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Seeing y'all right now and
sí, no.
everything y'all got going on.
No, si era hace pues chingo, güey. We're talking about like 10 years, maybe?
Yeah.
No, unos 9, because unos 9 años, yo creo.
But eran los inicios, but I remember that day, like, it was pretty badass, because, like, obviously we saw Adrian, and La Energía Norteña was, like, my top favorite band back in the day, La Energía, and then I seen you guys, and hasta me acuerdo que, si te acuerdas del German, right?
German, como no, sí.
He was there, too, but he was part of the entourage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He hadn't joined yet?
Nah, it was some that other guy that plays with another band right now, locally, que se llama Asonante, algo así.
Juan.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's like my little early memories that I have of you guys. Bro. It's pretty cool.
Es badass, ¿no? Es badass que ya después de tanto año ahora aquí andamos, dile.
¿A poco sí se acuerda o nah?
I remember that day, bro.
Or vividly.
No. Sí, de ese día sí. Yeah, I remember that day because I remember we had just got a new manager.
Yeah.
So I remember que ese día pues ahí estábamos it was my first day, so I was trying them out. So I remember a lot of like little details of that day, you know. Pero sí se me acuerdo que era afuera, and then we played, and yeah, it was at Tricolor.
Yeah, y'all have had a lot of phases in the band, right? Like different phases and different times between like all the other singers and all the other members that y'all had. Because the cuadro that y'all had con Javier, el Güero, como todos los conocen, right? El Güero.
Sí.
It was El Güero. At one point, it was El Güero, Gladys, y German también, right?
German también, yeah.
Y ese cuadro, that was kind of like, essentially, that's like, también like thanks to them, because y'all are where y'all at right now. Because without them, like, tampoco, we wouldn't be here, right?
Claro.
But I guess I kind of want to talk about more, just a little bit about like how Alianza started. I know y'all started with like cousins and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Back in like, you were 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, like 208 or something like that, 2008, algo así. Por ahí. I remember I was still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, my dad passed away in 2005, and I think como en el 2007, 8 es cuando empezamos.
But I remember you saying that you had no direction, like you don't, like it wasn't even on your radar.
Oh no, bro, yeah, it wasn't on my radar. I was going to tell you, whenever we started, I just always liked, whenever I was like a teenager, you know, we would go to parties and stuff, y siempre me llamaba la atención, like the musicians, you know, I kind of like, it was so cool how they would interpret stuff. So we'd be playing around like as kids, right? We were kids and we'd go, I don't know, at that age, probably still play around football or basketball or whatever, pero at the parties siempre tenían usualmente live music, and I remember always just it would always catch my eye, you know. seeing them, and that's where I think it sparked the idea of trying to do something, you know, algo con la música.
Entonces, you're from Tutuaca?
Tutuaca, Chihuahua, un pueblito allá de Chihuahua, cerquitas de Cuauhtémoc.
Sí,
Yeah.
cómo no.
Sí,
Para la raza de Tutu.
Sí, toda la raza de Tutuaca, allá por Santa Rosalía, Belisario, toda esa gente.
Sí, toda la raza de allá.
Yeah.
Entonces, did you pick up the sax luego? Or?
No, bro, so lo que pasó es que me and the accordion player, en ese tiempo, ¿verdad? Pues primero empezamos yo y él, como el papá él tocaba el piano, entonces he started teaching him, right, his son. Entonces yo también me quería y le dije, pues yo también quiero aprender, you know. Entonces me acuerdo que compré un piano igual que el de él y empezamos a tocar. Entonces dije yo, pues hay que hacer algo, you know. O sea, yo y tú, y hay que decirle a our closest cousins, you know, which was Adrian, Marco, and Marco el que tú está conmigo.
Entonces Marco es tu primo.
Es primo lejano. Es que nos decimos primos, pero no somos primos de primo. Es como
Like,
lejano, yeah.
Sí,
like my dad and his dad are probably like second cousins or something.
Oh, okay. El chiste es que son familia.
Somos familia de allí mismo de Tutuaca, entonces, y todos de hecho éramos de allí. Entonces, el accordion player en ese tiempo y el cantante, esos sí son primos.
Órale.
Entonces, empezamos, le hablamos de ellos, dijimos, pues hay que empezar a hacer algo, you know, quieren entrarlo, ¿no? Entonces, éramos 5 y en ese entonces estábamos tocando con piano. So it was like piano.
¿Estilo duranguense?
Yeah, porque it was when Duranguense was hitting. So
yeah.
we're like into that, you know. So it was a piano and then it was drums, bass, guitar. So we were missing one guy, you know. We're like, damn, ¿qué te ponemos a hacer a ti? So we gave him like a cowbell. Yeah, we gave him the cowbell on the piano. Y hasta una cosa me dijo, hey, bro, which cowbell do you think sounds better? I have 3 cowbells on the piano. It's like this one.
No, man.
Ore, güey. Pero...
¿Y ese chavo qué hace ahorita?
I still talk to him. He's one of my good friends. Pues como tío es mi papá y el abuelito él son primos hermanos.
Yeah.
So that's where we're like kind of far away. But he's working up in St. Louis, Missouri. He's in roofing right now. Rufero.
A little oversaturated, ¿no?
Sí, pero no, pues el que le pega sí la
mientras haya jale, pues
sí,
lo bueno.
Sí. Mientras haya jale.
Damn.
Entonces, so we did that y después we were doing, I'm like, dude, es que no, como que empecé a notar, dije, no, es que no va a jalar el con piano, you know, we have to have sax and accordion because we were doing like norteño songs. Pero con teclado, dije, no, we sound like bootleg.
So you had to do like, did y'all have like duranguense songs también or nel?
No, es que en ese entonces todos estamos aprendiendo a tocar. So, haz de cuenta que nos juntamos todos, pero nadie sabía tocar nada.
Okay.
So we got together, we all learned how to play the instrument. We're learning to play the instrument as well as being in the band, because usually when bands se forman, pero like, let's say I know how to play sax and I get someone that knows how to play accordion, we get together and we already know how to play it, right? Pero en este caso, it was like we were all just beginners.
Entonces, whenever, so you were playing the teclados, right?
Yeah.
Entonces, because I played the teclados también. That's how I started también. I started with like duranguense and tierra caliente shit. Entonces, I played the tuba. Tú tocabas más la armonía, la melodía, las...
Yeah, pero I did learn how to play the tuba también porque me llamó la atención. Pero I would just do la melodía.
Órale.
Entonces, me and the accordion player, Mario, en ese entonces, we're like, pues, let's get sax and accordion, right? Yeah. So that way, the guy that's doing the cowbell, Adrian, le digo, pues, él que toca algo más.
Yeah.
Entonces, they're like, yeah, but it's because sax is really hard. But who's going to learn it? I'm like, dude, I'll learn it.
Yo me aviento, hijo.
Yo me aviento, le dije, pinche, para aprenderle ahí. Entonces, pues, we started y it took us a while, although obviously todavía más, pero once we got it going, it was a lot better.
So, you picked up the sax, pero, like, who taught you? Because, like, you know, YouTube, there was barely any tutorials.
Oh, yeah, bro, back then casi no había nada de eso.
Right?
Or it would take long to, to load, you know?
Yeah.
You have to sit for like 10 minutes to wait for... Y no había tanto contenido, como dices. Pero el papá del singer, él medio sabía tocarlo.
Okay.
Entonces, como así me aprendí en el piano, las escalas, a little bit. You know, I wasn't good at it, but I knew this. Like, if I would point them out, like, I knew which one it was. Yeah, I would just sound them out, and then I would sound out the notes on the sax.
Yeah,
just transfer.
You see, I never understood that when I was younger too, because they were like, no, pues son las mismas pisadas. But what I didn't know, because I'm like, bro, like, because I played the bass también. We had Norteño también growing up. Entonces, I played, coming from the tuba to the bass, dicen, es lo mismo. Pero, bro, like, I forget how the bass like this, and I'm playing like this. Like, ¿cómo es lo mismo? Pero se refieren a las escalas.
Yeah, la teoría.
Sí.
It's primera y segunda.
Exactly, and I understood that, but I'm just like, bro, like, pero en la pinche, en el bajo, like, where?
Sí.
Like, where? You know what I mean?
No es, yeah.
So, yeah, it was, So it was a struggle, but you were able to get it down.
Yeah, bro, it took me a while. Pero,
Okay.
I mean, obviously you learn something new every day. You don't master it, pero, I mean, I'm getting, you know, o sea, pues es que practice makes perfect, como dicen. So.
Entonces, ahorita, let's, we could fast forward a little bit because I know you've said this in a lot of podcasts, right? The origin. I just wanted to get the audience a little like background of how you started. But let's try to go back. Let's try to go to like 2013 because that's whenever y'all signed with Azteca, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Were y'all already like formed as Alianza, or did y'all form Alianza and then y'all signed, or como todo el pedo?
No, ya estaba hecho. It was already made. So whenever we did our first gig, primero nos llamamos Juventud Musical. So then that was before we ever played anything. I remember we even got some Air Force Ones from La Pulga that were fake. And we got them airbrushed with the Juventud Musical and stuff. Y después we're like, no va a jalar, güey, porque pues estamos jóvenes ahorita y cuando crezcamos no nos va a caer el nombre.
No has cambiado, viejo. No has cambiado.
¿No crees?
Nah, you look the same, bro.
Pues hopes, no, pero como quiera, al rato ya vas a ver el cambio y va a hablar mal. Pero antes de la primera tocada les dijimos, hey, let's really think of a name. Y el papá del singer, de Edgar, Jorge, nos dio ese nombre. Dijo, hey, pues, because we're thinking of some really weird ass names, pero he said Alianza, Norteña. I'm like, well, we were like 3 days away from playing. We're like, oh, let's go, man. That's probably the best one. So we did it y así hasta la fecha.
So, did you already have Gladys there and El Güero?
No.
So how did they come a part of?
Well, it's because ya con el tiempo, like how long were we together? Maybe 5 years, I'd say.
Okay, so going with Alianza, like in 2013, you had a different cuadro.
Yeah, the original 5 that started, duramos como I might be wrong the days, but unos time, but it was probably like 4 or 5 years. Después se salió, the first one fue Mario, el de accordion, and that's when Gladys came in.
And how was that? How'd y'all scout out Gladys, or how was that?
It's because a Gladys we played tocamos en una quinceañera de la hermana de ella.
Okay.
So that's how we met her. So I think she saw us at a birthday party, and then nos contrataron, and then her mom, when we went to go sign the contract, she's like, hey, mi hija también toca el acordeón. I'm like, oh, pues para que se hayas hecho unas canciones. So then she played a song with us that day, and then ever since then we just kept in contact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y luego después pues cuando se salió accordion player, we were looking for someone. We couldn't find anybody because I've always liked to get someone that's reliable, you know? Porque if you're good and stuff and I see him, like, you know what, like, me conviene más alguien que a lo mejor que no. You have to find the balance, you know? So at that time, I was like, you know what, like, Gladys plays good. She looks like she's reliable and stuff. So, and en ese entonces, como my mind wasn't still like, I'm doing this professionally. It was more like, this is a weekend thing.
But you had just signed already, though, right?
No. I hadn't
signed
no, you
yet.
Hadn't signed?
No, okay.
We hadn't signed yet. So this was still like contratos de quinceañeras, bodas y así. Entonces dije, let's just get Gladys, you know. She's already ready and todo. Entonces we got her. And it did have like an impact. I guess it's like, a band with a girl, you know. It was rare at that time.
Yeah.
So we did it. Ya después, a ratito salió el drummer, Adrian. And then that's when got Juan.
Okay.
Y luego al ratito se salió a los meses. This all happened like within months. Like, se salió the accordion player, and then like 3-4 months later, I think se salió el drummer, y luego también otros 5 months later, 6 months, se salió our singer, Edgar. Entonces salió, and then, pues, when Edgar got out, he sang and he played the quinto. So, like, damn, we have to get...
¿Ese es el que se fue con Firmeza? Oh, no, never mind.
No, Edgar ahorita, he's locally nomás.
Oh, okay.
Creo que ya ni va a tocar, pero... Yeah, he got out, so I had to get someone that played quinto and sang, or get 2 people. So then that's when entró Cristian. He's with Energía right now. Y entró, ¿quién era? Oh, Helmer. He used to play his brother, Carlitos.
Sorry, I'm trying to picture them, you know?
Yeah, he used to play with Energía.
Oh.
So now I think they're El Fenómeno.
Oh, okay.
So Helmer, he's on that join.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, it's because Romeo también was with us, but I can't
remember.
I can't remember if it was Helmer first or Romeo, but I think it was Helmer.
It
was Helmer.
I think that's a tough part about like starting bands, right? Because like nobody's, and I was talking about this with el cantante de Petroleros, like nobody's ever on the same page, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a goal, but like other people have other goals, you know what I mean? Exactly, like, because like, essentially se escucha feo, I'm not going to say it, but, you know, everybody's like, I want to be my own boss. You know, say, I want my own band. I want my own thing. eventually, like, that's what everybody thinks, right?
Yeah.
But they don't realize that they have something good here too. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, bro. It's because everybody wants to be a boss until it's time to be the boss, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Porque sí son muchas cosas que la gente no ve, you know? There's a lot of things that we go through that the regular musicians don't see, you know? Like, even with my guys, o sea, a veces, pues, whenever the bus breaks down and with us, like, me and Marco always ones that get up and...
Sí, que responden, pues.
Sí, que respondemos a los demás. And I don't expect them to, right?
Exactly.
I'm not sitting here saying, hey, you get up and do it. Pero that's our job to do, you know? O sea, we have to get up and make sure everything's right. Pero por eso al rato, si Dios quiere y da uno el chingazo, pues es que that's all that work that we've been building up, you know? O sea, que todo... Like, todos los que están aquí no estaban aquí también antes, hace 10 años cuando empecé el grupo, cuando yo ahorraba, no me llevaba nada de las tocadas to buy. Ya ves que antes se usaba mucho que los grupos... Now you rent sonidos. Back then it was more like every band had their sound.
So convenient now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so... Entonces back then we would save money from everything that we would get to buy. Oh, este fin de semana we can buy another speaker, so we kept buying and buying así. It's like it's just like a whole, you know, como the tip of the iceberg, and then abajo está todo lo que has hecho, you know.
Yeah, bro, it's the come up is definitely like it's crazy because, man, I can relate a lot to what you're saying because pues yo también me considero músico, pues, you know. Y like that aspect about being the boss or whatever, like también like we were the ones like, oh, we got to record this song, you know what I'm saying? Los chavos no van a salir de ellos tampoco que, hey, vamos a grabar and all this and that. Uno tiene que set the appointments, do all this shit, and like, you know?
Yeah.
But damn, that's pretty cool. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, but nomás igual, I mean, you know, obviously to whoever people, musicians out there that are trying to just do something, if si lo van a hacer, hagan las cosas bien, you know, porque you can waste a lot of time and other people's time, you know. So if you're going to do something, make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, you know. And if not, then just always be responsible. I've always been lucky to been having musicians that are responsible y que nunca me han dejado tirados, o si me dejan, they at least give me time, you know. And
they give you like a backup también.
Yeah, sí, o sea. Pero.
So how was your who's the one that came forward to sign with Azteca?
What do you mean? As far as like who reached out to us?
Yeah.
I think at that time it was Chava. His name's Chava.
El de Far West?
Yeah. I think he's the one that reached out to me. And then
Pero was there something like that he saw in y'all or?
it's because Adrian de Energía. I mean, una vez te das cuenta que no pude ir el sax player de ellos, entonces I was really good friends. Was still with Victor, and that's with them right now. Victor Pacheco, la acordeonista.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he started with Energía, entonces he got out, and then he was back with them. Pero in that time, before even Energía, we were just really cool friends. So cuando faltó el sax player, pues yo les ayudé como unas 3 fines de semana. Entonces I met Adrian y pues we became friends and everything. Entonces él me hizo como que el medio paro to get me in the door with the
guys over
the guys, yeah. Entonces I went with them, and yeah, they were looking for bands. Y pues I took I remember the first time that I was gonna take on my CD to the New Far West.
Yeah.
We recorded like a CD with 3 songs y se las iba a llevar, y ese día que se los llevé me robaron la troca.
Oh shit! Like your personal truck?
Yeah, my personal truck. I remember I went that day and it was super packed. It was Energía was playing that day, and I was like, I was gonna be there, so I'm like, okay, well, he asked for the CD, so no tal pilas, you know, what do you need? Okay, I'll take it to you ASAP. Yes, yeah, Energía was playing, so it was perfect. It was called El Volcán back then.
Okay, is it the one on Buckner?
Yeah. No, it's Cino?
Pleasant
175? Yeah.
I think so. I don't know.
Was el que está ahorita, wherever it's at.
Okay, yeah, it's on Buckner.
Yeah, ese mero.
It's in the hood, bro.
Yeah, no, pero it was packed, dude. And pues nunca me ha pasado. You're always like, no. I mean, there was a lot of cars there.
Yeah.
Entonces, when I remember getting out of that day of the club, my wallet went in there too, bro. También todo. I left it's because I don't really drink. So ese día I'm like, no, pues I don't need my wallet, ¿para qué? Pero I drive, and cuando a veces me estorba, so I take it out of my back pocket and I put it under the seat. And that day, we went over there, we did all what we were going to do. And as we were walking out, I remember there was a lot of windows that were broken on cars. And I was like, damn, like someone, like,
they hit a lick.
They hit a lick, yeah. And I was like, damn, ni que no estuviera mi troca. And I was just saying, right, entre me and Marco, we went. And then de repente I kept walking. As I kept getting closer to the spot where I was parked, there was a big truck next to it. And I was like, fuck, I don't see my truck. And I remember like even getting down because I was trying to see a ver si la podía ver por abajo because I was still about 100 meters out. And I didn't see it. I was like, I ran up to it. I was like, fuck, where's my truck?
How old were you, bro?
Dang, I was probably what?
2021?
20, yeah, 21. Yeah, like 20 years old, yo creo. And I didn't see it. I was like, damn, se me bajó la sangre. I was like, God damn. And then my wallet was in there. And I had just got my permiso from DACA. And that también se fue ahí y todo. And I was like, shit. It was my dad's truck. The truck that my dad left when he passed away. And I was like, damn. Like, I was really thinking that I was like, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm going to find it, you know? I'm going to find it maybe tomorrow in 2 days. They're just probably going to, I had some wheels and tires on it. They're going to strip it and then leave the truck. Fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
No, ya hasta la fecha no la ya. Fuck. Yeah, pero that was our beginning kind of like, I mean, it's like I say, but it's kind of worth it, you know?
Yeah. Especially now, yeah.
That was part of the process that I had to go through, but that happened that day.
So you signed with Azteca. Did you feel more official?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, because like you're coming from playing 15s and weddings and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I felt like I was like kind of with the big dogs now. You know,
Sí.
I'm okay. I was a little dog in the ring now. You know, I was like, okay, now this is my chance. You know.
Yeah.
And we started playing, and we weren't the first ones because Energía, Vicio, Reunión, Maquinaria, were all already in there, right? But we were one of the first smaller bands, I guess, to be in there, and it was cool, but it was also like intimidating, and to an extent, yo no sabía what I needed to do. You know, nobody really guided me.
Yeah, you didn't have like a mentor. Obviously, you had Adrian, but he was doing his own thing, right?
Yeah, he was doing his own thing, and Adrian still was older than me. You know, he's older than me, obviously. Pero digo, en ese entonces, pues I was like 20, and I was signing to a record label. You know, and pues I was just kind of like starstruck, you know, I was like, fuck, you know, I'm in a record label now, like, o sea, como que la gente hasta te veía diferente.
Did you know the magnitude of like the other bands? Because you did mention, because you're from Chihuahua, obviously, and you know like Maquinaria and Reunión, pero that was era el pinche, el boom, right? They were they were popping, right?
Yeah, the Maquinaria was it was already, had already blown up and stuff. And before I used to listen to Maquinaria, so even then I was still like, I'm like, damn, I'm with these guys, you know, and we'd play with them and the Vive Chihuahuas back then, and it was Energía, Maquinaria, Reunión, I think Pescadores, I'm not sure, but it was them and then us, so we're like the smaller band, right? And then still like being around them, like damn, like seeing all these big dogs, I was like, it's badass, you know.
Yep.
Pero pues como te digo, yo no sabía la verdad en ese entonces like how to manage that. You know, I always say this, that now even up until like not too long ago, o sea, yo como que empecé a dar cuenta that this is like in my interest, you know.
Sí.
Porque si tú estás back then estaban en el grupo, por ejemplo, Energía, se mantenía grabando. Entonces nosotros, I wouldn't do anything, you know. I would wait till Azteca told me, hey, you need to go in and record. I'm like, okay, so now I need to go and record. But it's not like that, you know.
You didn't really know how it worked. Essentially, the band is kind of like a contractor, right? They're the company, and you're kind of like a contractor, and you do your own thing or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I like about Azteca. That kind of like you do your own thing, you know. Like they obviously they're over you, pero como quiera te dejan you manage your own company, you know. And no es como que si me están diciendo, hey, do this, do that. If it takes me a long time to do something, they'll do it because pues that's what you're there to do, right? Pero no, y ahora sí, no, I'm like, okay, it's my own band. Es mi interés de ir a grabar, de ir a hacer videos, de hacer esto. Entonces, en ese entonces, digo, like, I would just wait, bro, for the longest time. Just, I need to record, okay. Y cuando no lo hacía, pues, I would just go play. O sea, nomás con el mismo material que tenía. And obviously, that wasn't going to work.
Were you the type of band that, like, practice all the time? Or, because, you know, from what I heard, a lot of the big dogs, they don't even practice. They go in the studio, and ahí sale las rolas, right? But, I remember we went to go record with Otro, and we came like really like you know who Otro is, right?
Yeah, but Marcus.
Yeah. And then we went. He's like, "Damn, y'all really practice, huh?" And we're like, "Well, I thought this is how everybody does it." And I guess not. Like a lot of people don't practice, and then they go, but they practice in the studios. Were y'all that type of grupo that like practice or like get together and practice?
We're the type that at first, yeah, bro, we practice a lot. Like once a week, we had our like practices. And recently, like, últimamente, like, it's harder because everyone's doing their own stuff, you know, and I don't know. I'll be honest, straight up, I don't really like to practice. La neta, no me gusta. I'm the type of guy that si vamos a sacar una canción, o sea, let's obviously you have to practice to an extent, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Pero si estamos on the weekend, we have time. I'm like, okay, let's get together, let's practice. And
Pero cada quien su tiempo, right?
yeah, like, o sea, si vamos a aprendernos una canción que ya está hecha norteña, por un ejemplo, una aventura, right? We'll just send in the group text, hey, let's learn this song for the weekend. Everyone learns their part. We get together, we play once or twice. Yeah. But not like set up a whole day for that, right? Pero, I mean, sometimes, as much as I hate to admit it, it's necessary to get together and practice a show, you know, o sea, para meter canciones nuevas. No más que, just one of my pet peeves is just getting, if you go practice and you're not prepared, you know?
Yeah.
I hate that.
O la raza nomás, van y se hacen tontos. They're like, just like chatting it up and shit. It's because...
Exactly, bro.
It's because you're a businessman, bro. You're a businessman. You like, time is money. Like, we got to get this shit done.
Yeah, like, I'm here to like do this stuff. O sea, ya después, like, do whatever you need to do. Because sometimes de repente we'll be messing around, or I've been in bands or other musicians where there'll be the bass player gets on the drums, and then I'm like, no. You know, like, let's do what we got to do first, ya después, then I'm out. You guys do whatever you want.
Right.
Quédense ahí haciendo desmadre.
I know what you mean. So let's pivot a little bit. Let's get to the little juicy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you had Gladys, El Güero, and then German. That's one of the phases that y'all had that kind of like that put you on the map, you could say, right?
Yeah.
Because they had that song, la de Que Te Quiero Morir.
Yeah.
Esa también te puso on the map, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that we brought out.
How was the can we talk about like why they left, or like why like they ended up leaving, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's
because like bad. I remember I saw on one of the podcasts you said que nomás porque se van los músicos no significa que se acaba tu sueño.
Oh yeah.
I really like that, and I really like that a lot, because you know you have a dream, right?
Yeah.
And all these, you're gonna have musicians come in and out, but you still got that one goal, and
Yeah.
you got that you're gonna keep on going, right?
Exactly.
But what I guess what kind of happened there, like, because they were essentially like a big part of Alianza, you could say, right?
German, I don't know what happened to Germán. I think he I don't know if he was in love or no sé qué pasó. I mean, he had been with me for a while, so I think eventually, like, up to this day, I don't think I've ever really talked to him about why exactly he got out. Pero I think it was just one of those things where you just had enough, I guess.
You kind of grew out of it.
He grew out of it. I think he started trying to go another direction and work-wise and stuff. Entonces, that's when he told me that he was going to...
¿Y se entiende, pues?
Sí, claro. Porque, pues, obviamente, I don't expect him to be with me out. Si se pudiera, estuviera con madre, pero yo entiendo que como empieza, se tiene que terminar. Y Gladys, I think Gladys was just tough for us, honestly, when she was with us. En ese tiempo, sí estaba cabrón, porque, pues, había veces where, you being a musician, there's times where we can just get up on stage and within 10 minutes, bro. Llegamos a un lugar y nos cambiamos y en Tejana llegamos. Y ella no. I remember one time we were playing and estaba la presentación and we're like, fuck, man. Y no subió. Like, she took her, like, right before the song.
Yeah.
Because she was getting ready. We got there late and it's tough. Y a veces sin comer, And then obviously we were in a van. We gave her the suite. We called it the suite because, it was, then the 15-passenger vans, the very seat in the back is like a full seat.
Yeah.
That was like her suite. That's what we called it. And she had like, we tried to like acomodarla, like take care of her the best that we could, right?
Yeah.
Pero como quiera, pues you're still in a van. You're still like maybe not eating when you're supposed to. So I feel I give her props because she did it. Aguantó mucho tiempo.
Y luego being with all these
sí,
guys.
Con puros guys, ya era uno de nosotros, ya era compa ella. Yeah, but even still then, we still talk. And,
Yeah, I see y'all been jamming like recently, no?
Yeah.
Y'all really cool, no?
Yeah, me and her, and pues her husband Mickey también, pues él también la apoyó mucho en ese tiempo.
Yeah. Yeah, you're ese cuadro tuvo chingón. I mean, that's kind of like the essence of La Alianza,
Yeah.
That's kind of like how a lot of people know who you are.
Yeah, it took a while for people to stop calling us el grupo que tenía la mujer, because even up to them, like they're saying, oh, you are the band that had the girl, right? I was like, oh yeah. So
did it get annoying? They're like, what happened to her? What happened every time?
It got at first, yeah, pero de repente, yeah, after a while, like Even Mike would play around. He's like, no, pues aquí estoy, nomás que ahora no me maquillé. Like, Mike would play around. Yeah, but we just play around with it. But yeah, after maybe 2-3 years, that started going down. And because I remember when Gladys got out, I was still trying to maybe even considering getting another girl.
Oh, really?
Another girl playing accordion.
Was it that bad that everybody was asking for a girl?
No, like, no. This was whenever she was gonna get out. I thought it was gonna impact me big because since she was the girl in the band, we were known for that.
Simón.
So yo dije, no, pues va a valer madre. You know, I have to get another girl. Pero it was hard to find a girl,
especially
at that time. Yeah, and I was like, I took mejor the path of just going the rough path and just transitioning. So like, I'll get a guy and I'll just take the heat for a little bit of where's the girl, you're in the band with the girl. So it was tough at first.
Little controversial take here, but se sale el güero. Se sale el güero y ahí entró Danny.
Yeah, it was el güero and then Danny. Yeah.
So I'm not discrediting anything he's done with the band, right?
Yeah.
I'm just speaking like from what I see from the outside, right? But what do you think it was that, because se vio un change like drástico, like cuando entró Danny, like, I don't know, I don't want to come off as I'm talking crap or anything, but I'm not, but I'm just telling you like how I saw it. Yeah. And I saw when Danny came in, you guys were fucking booming.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
You know what? That's a really good question. I exactly, I don't know. I could tell you some things that I can think of that it was, pero no sé. O sea, obviamente you can say, puede haber sido que cuando se salió el güero, la gente obviamente, you know, se hace como que like a chisme type thing, and then you get eyes on you, right? And then we got Danny, and then at first people would tell us, que no es lo mismo, que no canta mejor el güero, que quién sabe qué. And after the first song they recorded with Danny, which was Ya Me Enteré, pues then it just went crazy. You know, nobody else said anything anymore. But I don't know, dude. It's because a veces, como dices tú, I don't want to say anything, but it's hard if you don't know if it's the band, if it's the singer o qué. ¿Me entiendes? Pero en ese entonces, pues como te digo, we did have eyes on us whenever Güero got out. Entonces, whenever Danny came in, it was like, I mean, they were still talking shit, you know, at first.
Dude, I mean, I'm just telling you, bro, like, I'm cool with Carlitos también.
Okay.
So I know Carlitos, and whenever y'all had that cuadro, that's the other phase that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Se acabó el phase del Güero, Gladys, and German, right? That's a big part.
Yeah.
And then siguió esta phase que salió el Danny. Y I don't know who else was in the band, but I just know Danny, Carlitos.
It was Danny and Carlitos that came out. Yeah, it's because it was on COVID, so Danny got out first, and then Carlitos was still in, but then...
No. O sea, well, I'm talking about like that when Danny came in.
Yeah.
Era un putazo, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the events that y'all were doing, it was like, más like, y'all were like the estelares, pues.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Yeah. That we definitely popped off, you know, en ese tiempo. It was también otra cosa, te digo, like, era también algo, like, not new for me, you know, and I feel like yo desperdicié eso porque I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to keep up with it. Whenever that happened, I should have been recording. I should have been doing videos, content, todo.
Sí.
You know, and I let go of that fucking...
But you were kind of living in the moment, right?
Yeah, I was, pero because that's where you can't get too caught into it, you know, because now, more now than before, I'm aware that things are like temporary, you know, and you have to take advantage of them whenever you get them, porque you can get caught living in the moment, y está bien, pero I could have had a bigger moment, you know.
Right.
I feel, obviously you never know, but I feel like I could have done more of that.
What were some of like the best moments, like whenever Danny was in there, bro? Like the first time.
It was, I mean, for sure it was that first song, bro, la de Ya Me Enteré. Yeah, porque I think en ese tiempo, it was Instagram. We already were on Instagram. But I think era cuando se empezó a usar que the tags and the mentions and stuff, where you could reshare them.
Yeah.
So I remember that we'd get a lot, and we'd just reshare, and that was the most that we had ever gotten, you know, with that song. Entonces I was like, dang, this is how it feels to have people actually like jamming to you and liking your stuff, you know, and it was just something new for us, you know. We'd go play and la gente pues, O sea, ahora sí, ya ves que a veces you go play and there's not people in front, you know, sale el grupo y a veces no está. Y ahorita, when we played back then, o sea,
Nah, y'all were fucking
that was the
rock stars
first
around
time,
that
yeah,
bro.
yeah. That's the first time that we actually had people like going up to us more. Because back then we had it, but it was like, you know, yes, no, yeah, 50-50. This time it was more like a,
It was like, oh,
hey.
son el grupo que tocaron allá arriba. Let's just go take a picture.
Yeah, yeah. Ándale. Entonces, it was, como te digo, I think I got carried away by the moment. Pues está bonito de repente, like, disfrutarlo, pero pues también.
Yeah. So that was definitely a good time. Y'all played at the Lone Star. Ya ves que hacen los eventos ahí de los radios y vienen un chingo de grupos.
Sí.
I remember y'all performed.
Festivales.
Ándale,
Yeah.
y'all performed there. There was a big crowd. Y'all performed at the bridge. That was another.
That was crazy.
I didn't go to that one, but my aunt went and she was like in the front and she was telling me, because like obviously we're in the music and shit.
Yeah.
She was telling me, no, mijo, fui a verlo a los de la Alianza y me decía que no, que están todos jóvenes y esto y el rollo. Like obviously like it's a great image,
Sí.
bro. Like you guys are all freaking studs. Y'all
Yeah.
like looking clean, performing badass, and it's a good look. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, that was awesome. That was a good time.
I just kind of went back in that time for a little bit. Yeah, it was that time was a crazy time. I remember que esa la vez que like they told us to get off stage because they didn't have enough security for everybody to. So I remember I'm like, man, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And we got off and we were like, oh, like there's a car waiting for you over there, like run and get in. And we were running and people were just like chasing us, and it was really badass, honestly.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Damn, awesome, bro. I guess everybody knows what happened next, right?
When
La despedida del Danny.
Oh, sí.
How did that make you feel, bro?
It sucked, bro, because that's whenever I started como que me agüité poco, because I'm like, damn, like what am I really doing? O sea,
did you put the blame on yourself?
Yeah, as I think as a business guy that I like to be in, I think that everything is essentially to an extent always my fault, right? I've always put some, because then I feel like I'm in control of things, you know. Yeah. Pero en ese entonces, pues es que sí me puse a pensar porque, pues, ¿qué estoy haciendo? Like, o sea, se salió Germán, desde el principio se salieron the cousins that I started with, and then Gladys, Germán, Güero, and then Danny, now ahora, and I'm like, what am I working for? You know, I started trying to sit down and think, because I'm like, I'm the sax player, right? I think now I've earned an image in Alianza, right? So people kind of already see me and the bass player that we've always been there. Pero you always work hard for something, but you're making somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Entonces, en ese tiempo, it's like I'm working hard to make my singers, my band. Obviamente, el cantante siempre es el que sobresale. Entonces, I'm like, I'm doing all this, and then they get out, and it just brings me back down to the ground, you know? And I'm like, I need to really think about what I'm trying to do, porque this is going to suck if I keep doing it again, and then, then my next singer does the same thing, you know? And damn, bro. It really, like, brought me down, because I was like, damn, like, I had worked really hard to get where I was at, and
then de repente
it shot me down.
Like, you don't have to go into detail or whatever, but like, I just want to, I kind of like, I could kind of put myself in your shoes, but like what was said or what, do you know, like what the reason was? Or
I think that Danny, honestly, at that time, we've talked about it many times.
I remember you said in an interview too, but you said in one of the interviews.
I did. What I say that time?
I don't want to say anything wrong, but you could just say, like, I mean, you don't have to go into detail, but
yeah, no, I think he was just immature, bro, at that time, Danny.
Yeah,
he didn't know what he wanted. He was I mean, también era en el tiempo de COVID, so we weren't playing for like 2-3 months,
which is understandable.
Yeah, it was like he's like, well, I got to find something to do, which I think you could have still found something to do, and then when we got back on, you could have just said, okay, I'm back on, you know.
Sí.
But he had, I don't know, just a lot of people in his head and stuff at that time, and
it happens a lot.
Yeah. Entonces, I think he just got brainwashed by all these things that he could and couldn't do. And yeah, he was just overall really immature. I think como que maybe le pegó mucho en el momento, and he just probably didn't know how to handle it, you know?
Were you like, because when Danny came in, that put Alianza to the next level. And then whenever he said that he was gonna leave, were you like depressed? Did you get depressed, or did not get to that point?
I don't think I ever was depressed. Andaba agüitado, pero no así como que I didn't come out of the house.
You
know?
form a relationship with these guys, and you're like, y'all really cool.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It's like family.
O sea, como I feel like, dude, I'm there to like, I'll take, you know, like, I got you, you know, if you ever need anything. And then whenever this happens, it's like, dude, pues, ¿dónde queda lo que hacemos por cada uno, you know? Pero en ese momento, I just felt like, I don't know, like, how to explain it. Kind of like if I was crippled, you know, like if I was, you know, I couldn't walk, or, you know, something was taken away from me that I couldn't do anything anymore. And I was just thinking at the time, I was like, pues, what do I do now? You know, here I am back again, back to square one, you know? What's going to happen? People, no, you know, creas, la gente sí se agüita, you know, because they fall in love with the artist too. And whenever somebody gets out, it's like, damn, then again. And I feel like I was just a band that they were going to be like, se les salen cada rato los músicos. We can't get attached to them because they're not stable, right. You know? And keep in mind, it's something that I've been working for since in 2008, 2009, you know?
Yeah.
So it sucked, but I said, pues, I'm not going to stop here, you know? I have things to do, and como quiera.
The show must go on.
Yeah, the show must go on, you know?
Yeah.
So after I had a little thinking and stuff, I said, I'll find somebody. Así como se salió Güero, and I found Danny, I'll find somebody else, you know?
But that goes to my next question. So that was like 2 singers, right? Or maybe after those 2, because those are the most known ones, right?
Yeah.
There was other ones, right?
Yeah.
But did you ever consider singing? Because I know you do segundas, right?
Yeah, I did because I figured que como quiera, cante bien o no, yo siempre, si Dios quiere, voy a estar en el grupo, you know? So I feel like I'll still be some part of it. But I just, at that time, I did, whenever Danny got out, I think I considered doing it, but I was like, no, I'm not ready to be a full singer, you know?
Yeah, because you have the sax, and it's just like, that's who you are, right?
Yeah, y como quiera, pues, hay canciones que, you know, whenever you're a singer, puedes tocar Correlo Mendoza, Juan Marta, like traditional songs, and I can't do that, you know?
You couldn't reach it, or?
No, no los puedo alcanzar.
Oh.
Yeah, entonces, I was like, how am I going to do it, you know? Como quiera. Esa no. Sí lo pensé, pero dije, no, I can't be a full-time yet. I would have to literally cut back down, sit down for a little bit with the whole band, and then like practice, and then come out in almost 3-4 months whenever I have the whole structure good, you know?
What does Azteca say whenever stuff like this is happening? Do they say anything? Do they have any saying in it? Do y'all have meetings?
Yeah, we have meetings, stuff. We're like, hey, what's going on? What happened? Pues this is what happened. Okay, they first asked why también, pues por qué, okay. I'm like, pues this is what happened. Okay. And then entonces, no, pues a seguirle dando, you know? Mm-hmm. Don't stop here. O sea, no. The show's not gonna stop. And if I wanted to, I probably could tell them, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Pero, I mean, I've never told them that, so. Yeah.
Entonces, so that happens, bro. I did see that El Güero came and helped you out for a couple events, no? How was that, bro? Yeah. Like, did people think it was his return or what?
Honestly, we never got anything. People never really said anything.
No?
No.
I remember that shit, though.
Yeah. We try to keep it low key.
Yeah.
I didn't post about it or anything, but pero sí, una vez creo que no sé por qué no pude ir, Daniel, o algo pasó. I can't remember, but why he helped us out, pero he did.
But he did help you out a couple times, or was it just like?
It was like 3 times.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
It wasn't a lot. It was one at a private event. Another one was in Texarkana. Otro era in, I think those are only 2 I can remember.
I know we didn't talk much about him, but like, what's he up to? Is he?
He's doing it. He started after he got out with us. Maybe a year later, he did his own thing.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing his own stuff now.
Are you from Arlington?
No, I live in Plano.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Plano,
by 75.
Dallas. Yeah, by 75. Yeah, so
the drive, no. But those guys live around here though, right?
Güero lives in Fort Worth. Yeah, and all my other guys, they live in Dallas area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Apple is by President Grove. I mean, Danny, I think.
Yeah. No, I know Hapo. I don't know if he knows who I am, but like his cousin, he was helping us out with like a Norteña that we were trying to start.
Oh, sí?
That's how I know Hapo, and that's how I know.
Oh, okay.
Hasta también llegó ahí el Pablo. One time we had like a practice at my house because we were trying to record some songs. And llegó el Pablo.
Oh, también.
Sí, y llegó Hapo and they were there, but I don't think they really remember. It was a while back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that happened, bro. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah,
But son los golpes de la vida, viejo.
sí. No, it's because, I mean, it's going to happen, bro, and it's going to keep happening. O sea, en todo, you know, en
Yeah.
todo. And then in your regular jobs, o sea, I mean, it's just life attacking, you know, pero
Sí, sí,
es
sí.
que, ¿por qué me he puesto a pensar, bueno, me puedo salir y ¿qué hago? Puedo hacer otra cosa, pero I'm still going to have to rely on people, you know. Obviously, sometimes in construction stuff, it's not, de no está a pedir que vaya maybe así tan strict que fuera Danny, you know, que quiero que Danny vaya y me ponga este sheetrock, you know, it's just like, hey, I just need this sheetrock put up.
Right.
Send someone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the band, it's like, if the singer doesn't go, it's like, oh, where's he at? Si Adrián de la Energía va y no va y se presenta energía, ¿dónde está Adrián?
Exactly.
Everyone will probably, you know. Entonces, it's what it is. But I mean, right now, I do really believe that everything happens for a reason. So whenever tough things happen, it's you have to go through it and no adjust. You just have to ride it, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been some rough moments, and now, like, it's the crazy thing. It's now it's Danny and Pablo in the band, you know.
So yeah, I kind of want to give Pablo his little moment too.
Yeah.
So Danny leaves. How'd you get in touch with Pablo? Because he's from Maryland, right?
Maryland, yeah. Well, he got in touch with us. We put a post up and we put, hey, we're looking for a singer.
Yeah.
And people were just sending in their videos, and we're like, Danny got out and Carlitos was kind of like iffy. And we're like, well, what do we do? I told Kino, what do we do? Entonces, we were of the guys that were coming like auditioning, they were mostly singers.
Okay.
Pero pues some were good, some were parecían que habían empezado a cantar.
That's my next question. What do you look for whenever, or what were you looking for? Because you know, you got some singers, you got some traditional like norteño singers like that have like that rielero style.
Yeah.
Then you have like those other singers that have like that more norteño light style. Yeah. What was like the thing you were looking for? Was it just that it factor? Like,
well, first of all, it was just someone obviously that you see someone, you get a vibe, you know, and someone reliable. Because being a singer, like, I want to try to avoid the issue of them leaving again, you know. O sea, que quiero alguien que esté seguro. Entonces, I was just more looking for first that, you know, que se vean, que cantaran pues bien, obviamente, ¿verdad? Y después todo lo demás. Entonces, pero no, pues había gente que me mandaba videos que parecía que apenas habían empezado a cantar ayer, you know. And Pablo sent us a message, and I'm like, this guy's far away, dude. But I'm like, pues toca bien, you know. So I started saying, pues sending me some videos, and he plays quinto too. So like, damn, like, you know, this is kind of like 2-in-1, you know.
Right.
And I told him that at that time I was gonna consider having. Pues I wasn't gonna get rid of Carlitos. If Carlitos didn't live, I wasn't gonna kick him out. But we practiced, and then we had 2 quintos. And then Pablo lo bajó, and then he just was singing. But then I think Carlitos was already in his mind, maybe, that he was going to get out. And then, like eventually, like he ended up telling me before we even started playing again. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess it worked out, you know. Ya tenemos a Pablo ahí. Entonces, we started practicing with Pablo, and Pablo he was good, you know. I always tell him, I give you props for moving all the way down here, dude. I don't know if I would have done it. But yeah, he packed up his things and drove out here. Said he was crying when he drove out.
Bro.
But it was
for him to make the drive though. That should tell you a lot though. Like for him to come out here, leaving everything behind.
Yeah,
that should say a lot.
I mean, I tell him, I'm like, it's badass, you know. Sea lo que sea, pues somos ahí. We had to start again, you know. And it was after COVID, so I feel like it didn't affect us that much. También porque la gente como quiera quería salir, you know. After COVID, there's like, I just want to go out to the club, you know, do something. Entonces, it helped us kind of get back on track. And it was like 3-4 years, I think.
Yeah. Pablo, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
That fool's tall too, right?
Yeah, he's tall. I was like, when I saw like that, I didn't think he was that tall.
Yeah. And that's crazy. Y luego, pues, obviamente, el reencuentro de Danny y Pablo. Ya got the squad back.
Yeah.
Was that a hard adjustment? Or
It's hard. It's still a little bit hard, I'll be honest with you, porque I try to give everybody the same time, you know? O sea, I don't want anybody to feel left out. I mean, pues, o sea, Danny no toca nada, so it looks kind of more bad whenever he's not doing anything. But también Pablo, he's, you know, he's there. I always tell him, you guys are both the main singers. You guys are the ones that, like, o sea, pues take turns. Háganse segunda, primera y segunda cada uno, you know?
Tienen que
And
acoplar ellos más.
yeah, y the primero was hard because I hadn't had two singers tampoco, and never in Alianza, so I was trying to be like, how do we do this, you know? Y hay grupos que sí tienen dos cantantes, pero ya pues maybe they already got used to it. Más que con nosotros, it's like I was hoping that Pablo wouldn't feel like butthurt that I was bringing somebody back, and you know, so
It looked like he understood it though.
no, yeah, he was good about it. I mean, obviously you're still bringing someone into your kind of job in the sense of him, pues el cantante, ¿verdad? Pero because there's some songs that Danny used to sing, or las canciones que cantaba Danny, pues obviously Pablo doesn't sing anymore. Ya las cantó otra vez Danny. Pero no, it's a good team, dude. Obviously it was a little unstable at first, pero ya like con el tiempo va pasando, ya cada quien, ya we're kind of getting on track, and a veces animando, like we would kind of jump into each other, you know, porque Danny habla y luego también Pablo quería hablar y yo también animo, and entonces we would be crashing, like, dude, no, necesitamos, o sea, after this song, I'll talk, and after this one, you talk, or if you need me to talk, ¿qué tenemos por allá, Gabriel, you know, to be organized.
Si te desesperas un poco.
Yeah, bro, and I feel like overall I'm like that, you know.
Era la cabeza,
yeah, I don't, and that's bad, right? También, I'm not saying that's a good thing, pero I think that I'm just born. I don't know if I have ADHD or whatever, pero I'm like, así me desespero a veces, pero no, pues es que es un proceso, and it's going slowly, pero it's working out. It's just trying to get that, ¿cómo se dice? Como that, the ball rolling again, you know, trying to get the momentum. Pero it's slow, but it's
slowly but surely.
Yeah.
That's
getting there.
That's good, bro. I'm glad y'all were able to make it work. Did you go to the restroom or not?
I'm still good right now.
You're good?
We can take a little break if you need it.
How's the cameras? Everything good? Yeah. Ahorita I kind of want to go back a little bit. It's like back is a little bit off topic or whatever, but I know you said you lost your dad, right?
Yeah.
You were 13?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You were young?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did
I just turned 14, I think.
Yeah. How did that affect you, like, growing up? Because you said you had no mind in being a musician or anything, and whenever, like, who did you look up to, or what? Like, did you have a father figure? Or because you could have easily gone like the route que con los malandros acá and shit like that.
Yeah, bro, and I feel like
you don't really talk about this, huh?
No, not much. And not because it gets to me. It's just maybe they don't really ask the questions, you know. Pero, I mean, obviously, pues, obviamente it was tough, right? I mean,
you're a young kid.
Yeah, I was young. I feel like como siempre, la gente, you don't expect things to happen to you, right? So when I was young, I didn't expect my dad to pass away at that age, you know. You always think, pues, or you'll hear stories when you're young, que tus parents, se murió el señor pues tenía hijos or whatever, but you're like, pues, it's always going to be somewhere else, not here.
You never expect it, right?
And no. And then when that happened, it's like, and even that day, I didn't even know that. When my dad passed away in la madrugada. It was spring break, I remember. And it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday madrugada. And I spent the night at my cousin's house, Adrian, el que toca la batería. Entonces, obviously, back then we didn't play yet, but I spent the night. It was spring break. And I got there Wednesday en la noche, o sea, fueron por mí. And then in the morning, I get up, and it was just a weird vibe, you know? And I still remember telling my Adrian that day, when we woke up in the morning, I'm like, oh, like, I want to see this movie with my dad. Can you let me borrow it? It was a CD, I think, it was a DVD. And he's like, yeah, I'll let you borrow it. And he was off, too, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Well, I don't know. And then his mom and his grandma, everyone was like, hey, pues, we're going to take you back home.
They were all being weird.
Yeah, and I was like, the fuck? Like, I stayed over to do something, you know? Like,
to chill with the boys.
Yeah, to chill with the boys, and you're going to take me back home. And I'm like, oh, I guess. Maybe you're probably going to do something, and you don't want me to go with you. So I was like, okay, I'll go. And then, pues, they took me back home. And when I got home, I remember my uncle from Fort Worth, he was there. And I was like, oh, shit, I got happy. I was like, oh, damn, they never come. They hardly ever come. So I was like, okay, it's badass, they're here. And when I went in the house, it was like a normal day. Just like a normal day. Everyone was there, like, having a good time and stuff. And then my mom pulls me outside. And she's like, hey, I got to tell you something. Your dad had an accident. I was like, oh, shit. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go see him to the hospital. I was like, no, I want to go. And she's like, no. Like, you can't go. I'm going to go. I was like, okay. And we just stayed there, and we're just having like a normal day, bro. Like everything was, my cousins were there. They were just playing with us. My family was there just chilling.
No te hizo raro because you saw the family there.
No. And then I was like, well, he had an accident, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen to us, right? And then until that night that my mom came home, and then it was like late. It was like, I don't know, 9 or 10. She came home, and then she took us to the room, and I remember she told us, like, yeah, you're I'm like, where's my dad? And she's like, was your dad's with God already? I was like, damn, that's what I remember. So yeah, me and my brother, my sister, we broke down, you know. I didn't expect that. I mean, it turned out that my dad had died already. That since that en la madrugada. So nomás, pero they didn't tell us. They had to go see if it was really my dad, because my dad didn't have a cell phone. Mm-hmm. So he was driving from Austin. He was working in Austin, and he drove back home, and he got a flat tire, and then he got hit by a car on the side of the road. Yeah. So I think it was pretty far. It's just a weird story because he was coming back home, but he was in nowhere in the path near back home. He was like, Sulphur Springs, and we live in Dallas, so he was going the opposite way. But my dad didn't have a phone. He was pretty good with directions, but he was going somewhere else, you know. But it's crazy because every time we go out to a gig, we pass through where he had the accident. Like when we go to the East Coast through I think 30. But yeah, that happened. I mean, it obviously took a big toll on me, and I had to be strong for my mom and everybody and my brothers.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. So I have a younger sister. She's like a year and a half younger than me. And I have a brother, and then it's like 27, I think. And then I have a really smaller brother. He's like he's like 11. I don't know, but I think 8 years old, yeah. But él ya es de otro papá.
Damn, bro, sorry to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
It's but when that happened, did you know it hit you hard, right?
Yeah, dude. It's like your dad, you know. He's your superhero. You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks because you have your uncle. My dad has brothers, right? And I appreciate them a lot. They've always been like there for me, and they helped me out.
Real supportive.
Yeah.
So you didn't grow up así like without you have multiple father figures que te estaban guiando. O tú mismo sabías que, you know, this is...
Es que guiando, I would say yes and no, but it's because I never really had them there full time, though. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, they were there when I needed something, eso sí, me ayudaban y todo. Pero it's really different, and I'm not blaming them in any way. I'm just saying,
yeah, because they got
no se puede, yeah, exactamente. O sea, pero you're alone in a lot of stuff. O sea, pero yo sí me acuerdo que cuando Germán, because I worked with Germán for a little bit, right? And my car would break down and stuff, and pues whenever things like that happen, your first go-to person would be like probably your dad, right?
Your pops, yeah.
Entonces, whenever things like that would happen, it would happen to me, and like, fuck, who do I go to? I mean, I could go to my uncle and stuff, pero it's not the same. Como que no es lo mismo confianza, ¿me entiendes? Que con tu papá.
You feel kind of awkward. You're like, damn, lo estoy molestando.
Yeah, exactamente. Yeah. That's how I felt, and I was like, and I would see Germán whenever things would happen to Germán, like, and he's blessed to have his dad and mom and everything, pero I would see that, and I would work with them, and I was like, damn, like, something would happen to Germán, and his dad would, like, right away, like, hey, pues, I know this mechanic, let's take your car here, and I was like, fuck, man. I mean, como te digo, not anything against them, it's just that I saw what he had that I'm never going to have again, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And like you said, I could have probably gone into the bad path, and my dad was, he was an alcoholic. He never was the type that would hit my mom, but he would like to drink, right?
Yeah.
Pero I don't know, dude. I feel like those are excuses that people do or use, you know, and I feel like I'm eligible to say that because I went through it, you know. O sea, que gente dice, oh, my dad passed away, o pobrecito, se le murió el papá, por eso toma. But me, no, dude. I feel like I would drink, pero, I mean, o sea, responsibly, you know. I'm not the type that during the week se me antoja una beer, you know.
Right,
not that type. I'll drink maybe on stage when I'm about to play and stuff like that. Pero I've never just went through that path because I didn't really like that I didn't like to see my dad like that, you know? Yeah. Entonces, I don't know, I just push through all those hard times, and it's still hard because I feel like the older I get, the more I would kind of like to have him here.
Yeah, the more you see, you're like, damn, I want him to see this.
What I've done. Yeah.
What I've done.
Exactly, bro. Like Manuel Reza, his dad, travels with them and stuff. And I'm like, damn, that's badass. And sometimes I'll be seeing him when Manuel is on stage and I'll see his dad just looking at him, I'm like, damn, like, como que like,
it hits you a little bit.
yeah,
you know?
bro, porque I'm like, dang, like, but never, bro. And then our bass player, Marco, his dad is our driver. So I'm like, damn, if my dad was still here, he probably would have been with me, you know, touring and
most definitely.
Yeah. Pero pues it's because at the end of the day, pues what am I gonna do? Sit there and cry about it? Like,
life
I got
goes
shit
on,
to
bro.
do, you know.
Yeah.
I just took what he told, the few stuff that he was able to teach me, and with the time that we had, and I want to think that I'm making him proud, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. You most definitely are, bro.
Yeah.
Making a lot of people proud for sure.
I hope so.
Let's segue a little bit. Ahorita the mood just kind of changed. I changed it like machine, but yeah, that's hard, bro. That's hard to deal with. Pero let's bring up the mood a little bit. Who are three bands you want to work with? Like big, small.
Like if I could choose.
Yeah, if you could choose, like it doesn't even have to be with Azteca. It could be with like Los Primos del Este, fucking somebody, una rola. Choose 3 or 5 bands. Así machine.
I'd say I'll probably do 3 because it's hard to even think about some. But I think Julian Alvarez for sure. Like
yeah, especially with the new shit he got.
Yeah. And then I'd do Rieleros. Rieleros old school. You know, you have to.
You would go with the old school.
Yeah.
You would do old school. You would do more like, because what do you consider yourself?
You know what, bro? Like honestly, I've always liked the old school stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up and that's what we played. O sea, cuando empezamos, nomás puro de eso. Nomás que whenever we started with the band transitioning with different singers and different people, I feel like I just kind of went with the vibe, you know?
Sí.
I just kind of was going on with it, pero I just started noticing now, and I've always liked just more norteño, you know? Like, so I'm going to try to just do meet in the middle, you know, more combination of, I need some old school stuff para la gente que, porque pues nosotros somos de Chihuahua, you know, o sea, we have that Satevos style, like Vendavales, that we're from that area, so I want some of that because I like that, you know, I like that more than the fruity stuff, you know, so that's what I want to do, you know, I want to just be a little bit more hardcore.
Okay.
So we do got some stuff coming out, para que lo esperen ahí, que ya grabamos algo en vivo para
pistear, pues.
Sí, canciones ahí para que, for that more, para la gente más grande, you know, or that people that like that more hardcore norteño.
Yeah. So we got Rieleros,
Julián, and probably, ¿quién más?
Why does everybody have a hard time with this one, bro?
I don't know. It's because it's, I'd probably do maybe Maquinaria.
Maquinaria?
Yeah. That Maquinaria would probably do
the new one or the.
You know what? I'd probably like to do one with both. I like their new stuff's pretty good. Yeah, obviously the old stuff better, right? If I had to choose, but I got 2 singers, so I'd probably do one with each. You know, one old school and one with Mosca, one with the new guys.
For sure.
Pero yeah, I think that's probably what I would do. I mean, con esos tres, I'd be.
What's the direction you want to take Alianza now? Like, do you want to, just an example, like some stuff for the future? I ask this question to every musician. Everybody has different answers. And do you want to do more like local stuff? Do you want to keep doing nightclubs? Do you want to do like theaters or like events así?
Yeah.
Or what's the goal for like future Alianza?
I think if I could, I would obviously theaters, right? O sea, algo grande.
Yeah.
Estilo Ari León stuff, you know, like stuff like Firme type
vibe.
Yeah, type escenarios and stuff. Pero I mean, I would be happy just filling up clubs también, you know, just like your regular 2001 club or whatever.
Those are badass.
Yeah.
Especially whenever they do like the Thanksgiving and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like those times it gets fucking packed.
Sí, algo así. That's where I like to. Obviamente be like actually, I feel like right now we're not there yet. We're obviously not at the bottom.
But what do you think you need to get there? Because like también le pregunté a Carlos, like the Petrolero, le pregunté, what do you think Norteño Sax needs to go to get over that hump? Because you see Frontera doing all this big shit, but what do you think, like, since you're like in a big record label, well-known record label, what do you think y'all need, or just Norteño Sax in general, to get over that hump? Do you know what I mean or no?
Yeah. To be able to get the Norteño into that thing.
I don't know,
bro. Honestly, I don't want to say never, but I don't know if Norteño can get there, you know? If you'd have to probably do it, pero es because la gente en otro le gusta bailar, ¿me entiendes? O sea, that you like to dance. Like we did with the Vive Chihuahua, we did one in Garland in a big, like, arena type thing.
Sí.
And la gente quería estar abajo, you know, like bailando. O sea, no querían estar sentados, you know? It's because when you have a banda, it's like canciones que no necesariamente bailas. O sea, you can actually be in your seat. Yeah, corear and kind of like a concert type thing. And we're more like dancing, desmadre. O sea,
I see what you mean, but it does work though, because I seen Fiera at Toyota también, Toyota Music Factory, and it works though. Like it's, but I don't know. I see where you're coming from. Like people want to dance and shit.
Yeah, no, but even then, I mean, you can do it there. But I guess I'm imagining more like you're saying, like Frontera does, like type American Airline types things like that. I mean, Toyota's still more reasonable because they did it right. Pero I don't know. I mean, you can. I just think that you just need to echarle más variedad, you know, and promote yourself as a bigger thing, you know, because sometimes Norteño bands don't really promote themselves that good. You know, you gotta invest in
marketing
and market and make yourself that big band, you know, porque the only difference between, obviously the style is diferente for sax, for estilo frontera, pero the only thing that you don't have, that instrument that we have, is the sax, and las congas, pues congas tienen otros grupos, pero we can play still songs like Frontera, right?
Yeah.
Pero I don't know, until somebody does it. I think we'll know, because there's been some, obviously, Fieras, and I really like Fiera. I like how Fiera plays. I'd probably say they're one of the top Norteño bands, but I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be just crazy shit. You got to try something really different, out of the ordinary, that you know hasn't hit already, you know?
Yeah.
Porque pues a ver qué es lo que pega to get us there.
So so what, I don't know if you said like the goal, like to get there, like, or what was the goal again? Sorry, I don't know.
Goal to get to there,
or to like your goal, like for Alianza, like.
Oh, my goal for I didn't say that. My goal for Alianza is to get us, como te digo, just to get a bigger fan base, you know.
Yeah.
Como te digo, I don't feel like we've broken the ice yet.
Yeah.
We're there. People know about us, but I still feel like you can still say yes or no to us. You know, more people. I don't think our percentage is that high yet. So we have to break the ice and just get, like, como te digo, bigger crowd. We've always had like a smaller crowd fan base.
Yeah.
And I want to get that a little bit higher. Porque al final de cuentas, the bigger crowd también es la que va a los bailes y consume. We play more at clubs, you know. Yeah. If we do like events como to the bridge and stuff, that's more of an all-age event, which people can go there. Pero then those are, you know, you can't do that everywhere.
Exactly,
you know
yeah.
So I think that I just need to expand my music to like just another crowd también, para que tener, porque no tengo de eso otro, you know. Alianza doesn't really have that, and we've played it many times. It's just that we haven't really brought that out.
Have you been keeping up with the DFW like music scene?
What do you mean,
like the bands here in the DFW? Have you been keeping up with them, like seeing what like they be doing, like Petroleros and all them?
A little bit, I'm not in detail, but I have seen like that
they're making pretty some good noise, like, you know, like, pues son 4 grupos que la rifan aquí local.
Sí. Yeah.
Y luego pues también ya ves que los grupos de corridos también la andan rifando machine, and you think that's good for like the music? I think that's pretty good because it's growing, but the mentality that most of those bands have is they just want to stay here.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not what you want.
I think if whatever works for you, bro, you know. I think that if it's working for them, that's badass, you know, and do what's working. Porque obviamente sí están haciendo como que ruido, ¿verdad?
Sí.
I don't think that it's hard, like for Petroleros, for an example. They got pretty big off just covers, you know.
Yeah.
Norteña covers. It's not even covers de Julián that you make them norteñas. It's like norteñas that are already covers and you just redo them and they got big.
Yeah.
But then again, no todos les va a jalar eso. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think if it's working for them, you have, that's badass. Go that route because you found what people like from you. ¿Entiendes?
Yeah.
Entonces, I don't feel like I found that from us yet. I mean, we've been lucky to get some songs que nos pegan. Pero, I mean, for all the bands that are doing that here, I mean, I think it's cool. You know, como I'm just off. If it's working for you, go ahead. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, pero como dices tú, I'm more out. I want to go out, bro. You know, I want to go out and hit in a lot of spots, you know. O sea, go out and just torearme afuera. Porque, pues, también A mí sí me gusta salir. I feel like you meet a lot of different people. It's just vibes and everything's.
You said on one of the interviews you're like that one of your cousins asked you que si no te cansas. Like, bro, like I love this shit. You know what I mean? Like you love this shit, right? Like
Yeah.
Like why would you get tired of doing something that you freaking love? You know what I mean?
It's because, bro, like como te digo, sometimes at night when I'll be driving, I like to drive sometimes. Like I'll drive the bus and stuff because I feel like when you're driving en la noche, your mind just working, you know?
Yeah.
And you get all these ideas. Pero es que es con todo haber pedo, güey, you know? Todo, like everything that you do, no, si me voy a cansar de qué? Like to be on the road, like sometimes like asleep or, you know? Like, pues sí me voy a cansar, pero también me cansaba working construction.
Yeah.
I mean, lawyers get tired of looking through books. Es que
shit.
todo, like that's this life. That's just what it is, dude.
And the thing is, like, you're living your dream too. You know what I mean?
Exactamente. Like when I was little, I dreamed of this. You know, like I wanted to even just for someone to ask for a picture of me. You know what I'm saying? And now that I somewhat have it, no voy a decir que mucho, pero we go play and people ask us for pictures. It's like badass, ¿me entiendes? Porque pues si en ese entonces when I was starting, nadie me pelaba, and I worked so hard to get to where I'm at now. Like, how am I tired of it already? You know,
Exactly.
If I haven't even got there where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential in music. It's really hard, but then again, como te digo, it's hard in everything. Because I own a flooring company too. It's hard there too. It's hard to with customers sometimes, and then with the crews that sometimes you go do the work, llegan y
you're like you got a flooring company.
Yeah.
And it's growing, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did you start that like when you were with Alianza, or was it before?
Yeah,
Alianza?
I started. It's because I used to work in that whenever I graduated from high school, 2010, and I did that for a contractor. Después, I went with Germán and worked in commercial per hour, obviously.
Yeah.
Después me salí con Germán, and I'm like, if I knew how to install floor, if I know how to do it, why? And I know English. I went to school. Like, why can't I just get my own jobs? You know. So I started doing that, and I started kind of doing my own thing.
Oh shit!
And then because up till now I still do it during the week, and I have a great group of guys that I kind of can work by themselves. Really, if I'm out of town, I just call them and tell them, "Hey, you guys are gonna do this and that," and they'll do it. They're responsible. Pero como te digo, es un pedo como quiera. De repente I'll be on the road and like, God, if I was there, like I would be able to fix it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Pero como quiera. Well, it's because that's the problem. That's the price you have to pay, you know?
It looks like you love that shit, though. Like, you love that.
Oh, yeah, I love managing
that
stuff,
business
bro.
shit.
Yeah, I love that. I don't think I could ever
Eres
go
movido,
back.
pues.
Sí. I don't think I could ever go back to working, like, per hour, because I can't imagine myself working per hour knowing how much I'm going to make the whole year and saying, this is all I have. You know? Sometimes, a lo mejor les va mejor, or I'll have some bad years, right?
Sí.
Pero como quiera, I don't know. I just like the hunt, bro. You know, like if the harder I work, I know I can make more money.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So
damn, what are we on, Daniel? An hour and 13. Damn, I feel like we covered a lot of stuff. I mean, is there anything you want to add, bro? Or
no, pues I mean, pretty much. I think
anything new coming out with Alianza? I know y'all just y'all launched Luna, right?
Yeah, Luna's doing pretty good. So it's the first time, I guess, we broke a record, Alianza record, right?
Okay.
We were on top 15 Billboard right now. I don't know if it went down or up, but we're 15.
Yeah.
Which is badass because you're with the big dogs, you know, like with the big bands. No, como te digo, I'm really focusing now on stuff. I'm really trying to target what's works and what doesn't, and I'm gonna try some different stuff out of the normal stuff now that I have Danny and Pablo. So a ver qué jala, and then I'm gonna try to.
Any collaborations así con
collabs? Yeah, I think we'll probably have something coming out with probably like something with Maquinaria. Okay. Maybe we'll do another one with Energía. I'm trying maybe get out and como dices tú, see if I can get something with the Rieleros.
Rieleros, son Primos del Este.
Yeah.
You know, they're popular.
Primos del Este. We actually put up a post and said, who do you want us to do dueto with? And then the people that were saying, I was tagging them, right? And I tagged them. Primos del Este, they replied, pero no.
Oh, they replied?
Yeah, they were like, they just put the little eyes, you know, like, what's up, pero no see yo, no see yo. So.
Damn, those guys are doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking doing like eventos así, like in theaters and shit.
Sí.
That's what I'm saying, like it's possible, bro.
Oh yeah, it's possible. It's just I don't know what you need to do, you know. O sea, it's because It's possible, pero pues until somebody does it, then they find what you need, you know. Como te digo, I think just a promotion. También Primos del Este have a really good marketing strategy, you know, that I feel like a lot of other norteño bands don't have. And it's a different style of music, you know, kind of,
See,
you know.
O sea, it's the same essence about like norteño, like with the accordion and sax, but it's like it's still like different, right?
Yeah, it's like a.
To me, it sounds kind of like a tumbado with sax.
Exactamente.
Yeah. That's the vibe it gives me.
Like I don't like. It's like I don't know if I can't imagine Primos del Este singing like El Correo de los Mendoza or something like that, you know. Yeah. Pero it's badass because they have their own like. I don't know, their own style. Like they did, I think, in a sense, make something new in sax, you know. I like it. I like Primos del Este. I mean,
yeah, they're pretty good.
I like their style.
Yeah, damn. That's,
you know,
that's what's up, bro.
We're just going to keep pushing, bro, you know. Hasta que se desviele, pinche tren ahí.
Till the freaking wheels fall off, right?
Bro, ya al rato, I mean, I don't want to give up and then say, damn, what would happen if I would have kept going, you know.
Yeah, and then you get the comments, ¿qué pasó con el grupo, mijo? No.
Yeah. No, it's because we'll find it, you know, we'll figure it out.
I'm sure you will, bro. I'm sure you will. You're up there with, you got the connects, you got the tools, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the execution.
Exactly. So, I mean, hopefully we'll do another podcast here in a couple months or so. And then
let's get my boy Danny or Pablo on here, bro.
Yeah. I'll let him know. Ahí se los mando para acá para que hagan y cuenten su versión de...
Ándale, su versión, su historia,
su versión, pues. Para
que no, está echando mentira mi
compa.
Dijo,
hey, no, that's not what happened. He was on that kick me out. Yeah. I'll have him over here. I'll tell him para que vengan y cuenten su versión, para que sea la continuación, right?
Ándale.
See who's saying the truth and who's not.
Nah, bro, muchas gracias por venir. I mean... I'm still new at this shit, and I'm trying to grow it a little bit. And I appreciate you for coming on. You're like one of the biggest, biggest guests that I've had and that I have. And I'm actually excited. I like the story, and I like how this one came out.
Yeah. No, me too, bro. You're really good at asking questions, bro.
Yeah,
you're on it. Yeah, I don't know if you studied or not, but
yeah, I did. I did my research.
You did your research, yeah, for sure.
But
no, you're good. I mean, definitely. I mean, and I mean this genuinely. You're one of the top ones that say that it's good at interviewing.
Oh,
after I was done talking, I noticed that you have the next. It wasn't those moments, you know, awkward moments, you know.
So no, es que pues yo también animaba pues en el grupo.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí,
okay.
So animaba y pues por eso sé más o menos like cómo está el rollo, you know.
Okay.
But like as far as like more like doing this shit, like being on camera and stuff, like I'm a little more. I know I've been out there, but it's just like when the cameras come on, it's different.
Yeah.
The cameras come on, it's different.
Final de cuentas.
Pero, mijo, muchas gracias, Gabriel. We'll be seeing you soon. Anything in Dallas? Fort Worth? Or?
Not for November, at least I know for sure. Maybe entrando el año, yo creo. Ya we'll
little Texas live action or something.
That would be nice, yeah.
I played there, right?
Yeah, we did there like last year, I think.
Yeah.
We got in trouble that day too.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they invite us back again.
No, ya está pues, viejo. Muchas gracias. Appreciate you for coming through y nos vemos en la próxima.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you. Sir.